Hello, welcome to the Afrocentric Woman. Thank you for joining. Um, I figured we could chit chat. I'm doing my nails. Oh wow! I'm sorry. I'm just looking at a couple videos that I did, really old videos that are making their rounds. Oh, who knew? I never. I mean, I don't really check the views on stuff, so who knew? Anywho, I'm doing my nails. I have a date tonight, and so I'm doing my nails in preparation for that. I really don't want to be late because um, the event that we have is kind of like a hard start. You know what I mean? And we have reservations even after that, so I don't want to be running behind. And I have a lot to do. A lot to do. So I'm doing my nails now. So I'm not rushing. Usually I like doing them and I'm rushing out the door. But I'm doing them now. Guess what, y'all? I got my eyebrows done. I got my eyebrows done. Yay, yay, yay. I'm so excited to get my eyebrows done. I just got it done yesterday. It's something I put on my vision board. I put that. I put some jewelry from Tiffany's, and I put just a few other things. And I've gotten almost everything on my vision board, save for like one or two items. Well, like probably like one or probably like three, actually, like three things that I haven't gotten yet. But the year is still young, so I have time. I have time. Um, have y'all seen the manipulation videos on TikTok that are making their rounds? A lot of people, a lot of women are really upset about these videos. And I guess I am. I mean, I feel sorry for the women that fall for that manipulation, but if you follow these kinds of dating guidelines, you won't fall for manipulation. It will be impossible because everything that this person is promoting, it all has to do with talking. It all has to do with mirroring you. It all has to do with promising you things in the future. It has, I call it fake empathy, but I think there's another word for it. But I mean, that's what I coined and that's what I use. It's like a fake empathy. Even the word empathy. Um, I'm leery of people. I'm leery of guys who say, I'm looking for a woman with empathy." Most women have empathy, so I just feel like if they say that, it's because somebody close to them has told them that they don't show empathy. And so they're kind of trying to preempt you finding out who they are by saying, "Oh, I want somebody with empathy." Or what are the things that, qualities about me? I'm compassionate, I'm empathetic. Oh gosh, my laundry is done, but I'm just going to tell her to stop it. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Gosh, that hour went by fast. I started a load of laundry and I set the timer, and wow, it's already done. Anyway, so I call it fake empathy, where they pretend to be empathetic and they pretend uh, to care. Okay, I'm back. Um, yeah, if you, this is the thing about manipulation, okay? A man typically is not going to do anything for you or give you anything if they don't genuinely like you, or at least like you enough to be nice, at least temporarily, It's not everybody, not every single date is going to be a long term dating situation or turn into any relationship or anything like that. But, you know, each date should be a good experience for you. That's my philosophy. One date at a time, a good experience for you. I'm filing my nails if y'all can hear that. So, everything that this manipulation person is talking about, it all has to do with talking. And another thing that they do is they do target women who have had trauma. So I think you should keep that to yourself. I mean, nobody needs to know that, and especially not somebody in the early dating stage. And especially don't tell them about being done wrong in past relationships, because it shows like, oh, did you, if you say, oh, he did this, he did that, and it went on for a period of time, what he hears is, if I do wrong, she's not going to leave me. That's what they're hearing. Oh, she, if she tolerated him for 2 years, surely she can tolerate me for 6 months while I put her through the ringer. So, keep your relationship trauma and drama to yourself and your therapist and your friends and your journal, but definitely don't talk about it with somebody that you're interested in dating, because those manipulators, they try to seek that out. Um, they try to seek those types of people out, because then they can play on certain things. Now, another tactic that really helps you avoid manipulation is to be alluring and mysterious. Just giggle a lot and ask questions. Giggle and ask questions. You can't get manipulated if you're not talking. You know what I mean? You can't be manipulated if you're not running your mouth. You get manipulated when you run your mouth, and then they know exactly what to manipulate you on. You know what I mean? So just try to listen and gather information, because that's really what we're doing at the very beginning. And I just told um, this guy that was trying to, be in my life. I just told him, like, you are still in observation mode, bro. Like, I'm still observing you. I'm seeing, can you be consistent? Yeah, 2 good dates, that's great, but that's not a track record. That is not a track record. So I would have to observe you for a period of time before I can make any type of assessment of who you are as a person. So just take your time and gather information. That's all, you're really doing, having fun and gathering information, observing him and allowing him to prove himself to you. If he doesn't have a desire to prove himself to you, he really don't like you that much. He really don't like you that much if he's not trying to prove himself to you. So that is something that I wanted to share. Um, Excited about my date tonight. And what else am I excited about? Oh, you know what? Maybe I can just turn this into like a little update. Yeah, maybe let's do that. Just turn this into a little update. All right, y'all. So, it's been a while now, and I don't know. Well, I think I was planning on trying to make it more structured, uh, talking about moving, but I just never could get the structure together. So I'm going to just cut to the chase and let you know that I moved last year. I was in like a middle class, predominantly black area, which is really scenically very beautiful, but very ratchet, the people. And it just ratchet for no reason at all. I moved from there to a very affluent area. It's like one of the richest zip codes in the state. And it's been a game changer. It's been a game changer. Being here has exposed me to very wealthy people. I mean, I'm talking very wealthy, very, very, very wealthy. Um, it's allowing, one of the primary reasons why I moved here was so that my daughter could go to a good school, and the alumni association here is really strong. So I think these relationships are really lifelong relationships that will benefit her way into the future. That's kind of what I'm laying the groundwork for. So I'm excited. Unfortunately, I have to move again because of some construction going on, but I'll be in the same area. I'll be in the same area. And I'm actually really excited about the next place. It's really interesting because if you would have talked to me 2 years ago and you would have asked me, hey, would you be living here and living like this? I wouldn't have been able to conceptualize it. I mean, maybe, yeah, I could, you know, dream upon a star, but I wouldn't be able to see the next logical step to get there. And I think it's because I was so many steps behind where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you just take the next logical step of like where you are on your journey, and I didn't just poof pop over here without doing the proper work. I was doing the work when I was living in the other neighborhood. I was coming to this neighborhood. I came to this neighborhood probably for a straight year and a half before I moved here. I moved my dentist here. I moved my daughter's dentist here. Um, and I just started coming out here to hang out. Uh, and I did it for about a year and a half, and at that time I'm leveling up, you know. My main guy, definitely, we went shopping. We've been shopping a few times, but the last time we went shopping, what I wanted to do was like get some stable pieces for my wardrobe and also like some nice shoes and stuff like that. So I've been just leveling up where I was. So it then became the next logical step is to move here. And plus, you might remember me talking to you about the problems that I was having at my daughter's school, the old school. I was having problems there, so I didn't even finish the school year. We left like towards the end of the school year and just moved because I was at my wits end with them. Especially, I found out the teacher was like leaving for long periods of time during the day. I guess to run errands or whatever she was doing, I don't know. But just leaving, I think I disenrolled like the next day or something. It was very, very swift. And I said, you know what? I was having a lot of problems, but I was trying to write it out to the end of the school year. That way we could just start fresh at a new school because I knew I wasn't going to go back to that school. But I thought, oh, let me write it out and then we'll just start anew in the fall. But it was so egregious, I couldn't stay not one more day. So I got the transfer popping and rolling like literally that same day. I decided what I was going to do, and everything. Oh my gosh, everything unfolded so beautifully. I decided what I was going to do. I was like, I'm moving to the richest area in this state or in this region. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be around the type of people who have the mindset that I admire, and I'm going to put my daughter in a better position to be able to, walk around and not be walking over trash and beer bottles or whatever, to be in a comfortable environment, a beautiful environment, um, and to have good friends, and this is the thing about the peers, even the peers at the school, most of them are like not anybody that I would necessarily want her associating with. There's a one child that she's welcome here any day. She's a very laid back child. and they're friends to this day. And so not all bad, but mostly, just not not anybody that I would really just want her to associate with. And she needs friends. She needs friends, um, that are, that I know their families. You know what I mean? I'll tell y'all this, and then I'll back up and I'll tell you how I ended up here. But I have had, since I've been here, and it's like point, I don't know, 5% black or something. It's like very minuscule amount of us here. And I'll tell you a story about that. But I have had more of a sense of community here than I ever had in the black neighborhood. I'm a single mom. Sometimes I'm running late to pick up my daughter. I will call other parents, or I put a message out in the group text. Hey, can anybody grab her for like 10 minutes? I'm on my way. Or, I'm at this work event. It's gone over, or, oh, there's a wreck on the freeway. I'm behind. Can anybody help me? No one could ever help me. The time I was there, no one could ever help me, ever. Seriously, never. Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. Um, I No one could ever help me. I was running down people. I was on the PTA. I was running down the parents, asking them, begging them to join the PTA. They'd be running from me, like trying to duck and dodge me because they knew like I was trying to sign them up for PTA. They don't want to be involved. They don't. And so, um, that's kind of my experience. People barely even talk to you, like waiting for the kids. You would think, like, oh, these parents are with my child, or these parents' children are with my child all day. It would be nice to know who this family is. But I never received that in either of the schools that she was at. Like, just totally disinterested, just want to kind of come, go quickly, that kind of a thing. Whereas here, there's been a couple times where I've been running late, and I have several different moms that I could text and like, hey, I'm running late, or can you take her for da 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 da, whatever the case may be. And some mom is like, yeah, definitely, sure. Yeah, she can come over. They're gonna have ice cream, and then we'll be da da da. They'll be in the backyard playing, and I have help now. I have help now. I have actually do have a community here, which is really bizarro. You know, I mean, community is whatever you make it. It is whatever you make it. It doesn't have to be your skin folk, because sometimes they don't want to be in community with you, and I learned that. Like sometimes it's like no new friends kind of a situation. Like I feel like a lot of black women have that attitude, like, yeah, I'm good on friends. I really don't need any additional friends, but thanks. Um, Whereas here, people see people as an opportunity to improve their life. So there's no cap on people you can know. You know what I mean? Like, there's no cap. As long as you're around and you're positive and are have some reason to be around and things like that, people are interested in getting to know you. I mean, it's been slow for me. It's taken a lot mentally. If you're not mentally fit and confident, you can't live here. You won't, well, you can, but you won't do well. You will not do well. To live here among this level of affluence, I mean, I can probably walk outside right now and I might see 5 Porsches go down the street. I might see a Bentley. I might see a Ferrari. I might see a Maserati. I may see all of that just normally every day. It's no big deal. It's just an extra car. That's the level of affluence that's here. It's just like no big deal. No one even gawks at the cars because everybody has one. So it's like not a big deal. Nobody cares. you know. So if you're not confident, you won't do well here. You have to have confidence, and you have to be sure of yourself and know who you are. You have to in order to make it here. And so far, I'm making it. I had to get my mental health together because the move was just so draining. The move was draining. And I think just the transition of going from, one expense level to a far greater expense level was also scary. It was scary. Um, but I'm so glad I did. It's the best decision that I could have made. And I only wish I would have made the decision sooner. But it was a really good decision. At the school that we're at, I have so much support. I mean, just so much. The teacher is not irritated when I want to speak with her. If I want, I can call her anytime during parent teacher conference. Whereas the other teacher, where she was, was kind of like upset that you're questioning them and their instruction and stuff like that. It didn't feel very collaborative at all. Now it does. It feels very collaborative. Um, the the counselor, the support staff, the teachers' aides, the room moms, the PTA. There's always something going on. It's a very rich community that's very child centered. This community is extremely child centered. I mean, they really care about the district, they really care about the children. Even people who don't have small children, their children are grown, they still care about the kids. They still care. So it's a very unique place to be, that definitely has a real sense of community here. Now, being I'm black wherever I go, wherever I go, there I am. And I have had some, a few little issues there, and I do worry about, having my daughter in an environment where not a lot of people look like her, and I'm worried about her self-esteem. But I think that if she were in the black community, I think her self-esteem would be attacked even more than us being over here, with her being a dark-skinned little girl. So either situation is not perfect. And sometimes you just have to make the best decision with what you have. And so that's what I did. That's what I did. I was like, I'll have to build her self-esteem and make sure that I intentionally put her with um, other people, other girls that look like her. We're doing this STEM program. It's like a STEM and leadership program, and it's mostly black and brown girls. There's a lot of black girls, Hispanic, Indian. There might be some East Asians in there, I'm not sure. But I have to be intentional and seek out opportunities for her to socialize with people that look like her. Because, I mean, I can just imagine. I mean, I know how it feels. I don't have to imagine, actually. I know how it feels to be the only black girl in the entire grade. I know how that feels. It feels incredibly ostracizing. Um, I remember I was in the second grade when I went to this predominantly white school, and I remember seeing this girl, which in retrospect she was biracial. I didn't know that at the time. I thought she was light skinned because I'm a little kid. I don't really know what biracial means, and I've only been around black people my whole life, so I didn't know. I'd never really been around biracial people, so I thought she was light skinned. That's how I saw her. And I remember running up to her and I was so happy. I was like, oh my gosh, like we're the only black kids here. And she was like, I'm not black. And I was looking at her like, what? Like you look black to me. And she was like, I'm not black. And I was like, she said, my mom told me I'm not black. So I'm assuming the mom is white and the dad is black. In retrospect, in retrospect. So I know how it feels. I don't even have to imagine. And it can be incredibly ostracizing, um, to be one of few Black people in an environment. And that's why I say you have to have confidence to live here. It ain't going to work no other way. And so, yeah, my confidence level has increased. One thing that I noticed when I was feeling like really overwhelmed and kind of depressed, like people wouldn't talk to me. I think something was going on with my facial expressions. I don't know. Um, I don't know, but it was kind of hard to start it was harder to start conversations with people. As I started to feel better, and I've been in a good place for a while. As I started to feel better, now if I go to the gym or if I go to the grocery store, if I go to a school event, um, people talk to me now. I'm usually, I guess I'm smiling more, maybe just sending out happy vibes. I don't know. I can't quite place my finger on it, but I do remember the last time I went to the gym. I ended up having this really long conversation with this older couple, um, just about everything, and they have coffee at the gym, and just had a grand old time. They're just telling me their life story, and and just telling me which restaurants they like, and it dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, like I, I haven't ever like the last few times I'd been to the gym, like when I was not feeling well, no one talked to me. No one talked to me. And now people talk to me, like in Pilates class or yoga or whatever. Like I not like long conversations, but just chit chat. And it makes you feel more like a sense of community. It makes you feel more like, you can enjoy your environment more if you can be friendly with people. Because I'm definitely not someone who, just wants to like mean mug people and not speak or not have any type of conversation. I'm introverted, but when I do socialize, I like to socialize, you know. So, um, yeah, I noticed that. Now, let me back up to how I got here. So I just decided, as I told y'all, I just decided I'm going to live in an affluent area, and I'm skipping middle class. I'm skipping over middle class. I'm skipping over high middle class. I'm skipping over all of that, and I'm going straight for the top 5% earners in this state. Okay, that's where I'm going. If I'm gonna be uncomfortable, if I'm going to be uncomfortable, or if I'm going to be challenged, or if I'm going to be, in a situation where I'm the only one, I better make it worth it. You know what I mean? I better make it worth it. Because if I went to a high middle class white neighborhood, I would be maybe experiencing similar, perhaps, maybe, but maybe not. I might as well be over here with millionaires and billionaires. I might as well. Why not? If I can do it, why not do it? You know? Because what I've learned about really, really wealthy people is that they're just people. They're just people. And I have had people extend kindness to me that I just didn't have it in my old neighborhood. I didn't have it in my old school, my daughter's old school. But people have extended kindness to me, um, you know, and it just warms my heart to actually know that I actually have a community. I don't need help all the time. Usually I'm time everything really, really well, but I know I have a peace of mind now. I have a peace of mind that if something happens, I can lean on other mothers to help me, and that's comforting. It's also comforting to know um, the quality of the people that my daughter's socializing with, and kind of get a feel of their family and what their family dynamic is. So that's pretty cool. So I decided I'm moving there, and so I think I was here in like a matter of 2 weeks after I made my decision. I think it was like a matter of 2 weeks, something very short. I had a dentist appointment and I'd been calling and calling about this place. And the guy finally called me back and he's like, hey, yeah, sorry, been busy. So many people were calling and da 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 da. And do are you able, would you like to see it today? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to go get my coffee and I'm going to do this and that. And then I'll call you and I'll come and see it. And that was my plan. And then I thought about it and I was like, I've been hounding this guy for like how many days? And I called him right back. I was like, actually, you know what? I'm going to have my coffee later on. Could I come now? And he was like, yeah, I can meet you there in 15 minutes. So I think my charm had a lot to do with me getting this place because there was a lot of inquiries about this place. You know what I mean? And I did not have all the financials, everything. My credit score is amazing. That's amazing. But there was other financials that, weren't really adding up. But I was like, just through charming, just through talking, and finding common ground, talking about, summer camp that I already looked at in this area, talking about things that I wanted to do over here, get my daughter involved. It kind of got the property manager like invested into my story, you know what I mean? And like into what I would do if I lived here. And obviously I'm not ever going to live on the streets. So even if the numbers aren't mathing, it'll math, it'll work out. And it always has. It always has. That's why I'm not, there's a part of me that wants to kind of panic a little bit about the next place. But there's a part of me that kind of doesn't because it always works out. Everything always works out as far as housing is concerned. So yeah, I'm not going to freak out about that. Nope, I'm not. So anyway, I do think my charm had something to do with me getting this place. Of course, I have a great credit score, and of course, I have a great, housing history, so that all helps too. And it was like within a matter of a couple of weeks. Let me see. Yeah, like I literally was like a few weeks, maybe two, actually, 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. That I like had to like pack up my entire house and move here. So it was a whirlwind, and I had to sublease my old place, and it was just so much. It was so much. I think I was just drained by the time I finally settled down and was here. Um, and now I have to leave. Now I'm going to another place, but it's a step up. I'm stepping up from where I am now. And so that kind of excites me, honestly. It excites me to be moving into an even better environment. I mean, I'll be in the same neighborhood, but an even better house. That's it's. I think it's going to be fun to get settled in over there, and yeah, I think it'll be nice. Also, y'all, I did buy a luxury German car. Maybe a couple months ago. I think I talked to y'all a little bit about the car buying experience. um, I think I talked to y'all about it, but yep, I finally did it. And I love my car. I love my car. I like the brand. I'm probably going to stick with that brand. Like whenever I get ready to upgrade that car or get another car, it will probably just be a newer model of that same brand. I love my car. So it helps. I mean, it's definitely not a Porsche, okay, and it's not a Bentley, but it's also not like a Toyota. You know what I mean? So I feel like I fit in a little bit better. I don't stand out. I can kind of just mesh into everything that's going on. And so that's comforting. And also, it's just a matter of, you just want your car in your environment, you want it to reflect how you feel about yourself. You know what I mean? You want it to reflect how you see yourself. I remember there was multiple times that I was like meeting a guy for the first time, or maybe I was Ubering, or maybe I don't know, maybe he just didn't know what I drove or something. There was so many guys when I had the old car. There are so many guys that just have this look of bewilderment on their face because they just can't believe this sophisticated woman is like stepping out of this car. And they were like, "Oh, I thought you would have like a BMW or something." Okay, and so even the car just wasn't matching my energy. Like my energy is luxury. So I really did, in order for it to match me, I needed to get a luxury car. It was time. It was definitely time. I love having a paid for car. I think that's was definitely part of my hesitation, but step by step, taking the next logical step, you you just open up your mind and you just expand like what's possible um, for you. And that's what happened to me. Step by step, I have expanded my mind as to what is possible for me. Now, when I pull up, it's just a look of like, oh yeah, it's just not. It's neutral. It's not like over the top, and it's also not like, oh, I can't believe you drive that. It's just a neutral, like that makes sense that that woman is getting out of that car. It makes sense. You know what I mean? And it's very clear. Like even I notice like I get treated better by valet. I've noticed since I changed my car. Yeah, I get treated better by valet. So it's been nothing but positivity. And you know what? Before I bought that car, I joined the owners club. I was in the owners club. There's like a group like of like aficionados about this brand. I joined the owners group maybe like 3 months or more before I got the car. Because I just wanted to get my mind there. I needed to get my mind there before I could go there. You know what I mean? I have to visualize myself. I have to know. I did some research to know which car I wanted to buy, what features were important to me, and just kind of learn the ins and outs of things. Now, I will say this: there's a lot of videos on YouTube, like what to do, like to buy a car, and I wish I would have watched those videos because they've really got some really good information in there. I'll tell you one piece of information that I wish I knew. So, when you're going to buy a new car, and let's say you have financing from your credit union or from your own personal community bank or whatever, you already pre approved, you already have you know exactly how much you have to spend. So, you never want to disclose that initially. And I thought I was doing a good thing by disclosing this. um, I was like, well, they'll know I'm serious because I've already been pre-approved, so they'll know I'm serious. But in retrospect, what I learned through watching some of the like auto videos and stuff like that is that they're going to be less willing to negotiate the price with you because they make money on financing you. You see what I'm saying? They make money on financing you. So let's say you're not at the right place. Y'all are $2,000 off as to like what you're trying to spend and what they're trying to sell the car for. They may be more willing to give more concession if they think that you're going to finance through them. You see what I mean? Because they'll be like, oh, well, I'll get a bonus, so it's fine. You see what I mean? So I wish I knew that because I was coming in waving, I got my pre-approval, I got my pre-approval, and I didn't know. I didn't know. So don't make that mistake. um, yeah, don't make that mistake. And even um, once they find out that you have the pre-approval, like agree on the price first before you start talking finance, or like when you go to find, like just go to finance and then spring it on them. Oh, I got my pre-approval. I'm already got my own financing. They're gonna do everything because this happened with my last car too. They're gonna do everything to try to convince you to finance through them. You know, it's very annoying. They're gonna try to convince you, oh no, da da da, woo woo. That's the time after you already agree on the price is the time that you and at the last as stretch it out as long as you can. um, yeah, that's something that I learned. And then don't tell them how much you are approved for because they'll literally try to make up stuff to fill in every dollar that you're approved for. Like, oh, this thing, and you need this thing, you need this warranty, you need that. So just be like, well, let's put it through the bank and let's see, and I don't know, and you know, just kind of stretch it out or whatever. Um, so yeah, I wish I knew that. And there's all kinds of other tips online. So I do recommend, uh, especially there's some great resources on YouTube about like what to do when looking for a car. And I think also just like not being super pressed about it um, is also a good thing. They'll be more willing to negotiate a little bit on the price. Um, so yeah, new car, new neighborhood, new house, new friend circle. Um, just doing my best. Hold on, y'all. Okay. I really need to start getting dressed for my date because we have an early engagement before dinner. So I should start getting dressed for that now. But I just wanted to talk to y'all while I was doing my nails. So it's always fun to connect with. It's always super fun. So yeah, maybe we can, talk about moving to affluent areas if that would be helpful to anybody. Um, if there's women who desire to get, to a better environment, get out of the line of fire, um, and just maybe need some encouragement, you maybe need some resources or some ideas about how you can make it happen, we could definitely have more conversations about that. Because, like I said, this is one of the best decisions that I've made. Alrighty, beautiful people, I'm going to let you go, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye.